Hello everyone, how you doing tonight? I wanted to reach out to you because a couple of things happened yesterday. First of all, I was shocked by the response. I mean, I got thousands of views on this, and I'm very happy that you guys are getting engaged. I just want to make this one a lot shorter tonight, and I want to go over a couple of things. You know, some of the candidates, the Republican candidates, have called me today, and they're being bombarded with negative ads from the Long Island law enforcement, and we don't want this to happen again. You know, they're making accusations that these Republicans aren't going to be tough on crime. They're going to cut police funding. When I can tell you firsthand that that will not happen. They're 100% behind law enforcement. And a lot of the cops themselves called me today, and they're upset by the fact that their money is being used to promote candidates that quite honestly stood behind Burke. Spencers who did nothing. The Bill Lindsays who stood by and did nothing. We need people who are responsive. We don't want this to repeat itself again. So I'm asking you to really think hard about that. You know, there were some bills that we put in to make this county a better place. I'm just going to go over a couple of them. Something to do with campaign finance. I looked up 3 times I put it in, it was tabled. Campaign finance is the root. It's the root of the problem. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures that are going to sort of shock you. Before I got on as legislature, after they signed the first contracts, we had to sell the H. Lee Dennison building. This is a picture of the H. Lee Dennison building. The county had it appraised for $28 million. We needed $73 million. So they gave us $73 million because we're a government agency and we get tax money coming in. And really, we owed 13, so we only got $60 million from it. So we're going to pay back, you ready for this? $108 million on a $28 million building to pay that huge contract. Now, I don't begrudge the police unions. That's their job. Their job is to get the best possible contract they can. But we had to sell this building. And look what they did. They bought this building on the Long Island Expressway. So you, the taxpayers, are paying this building off to the tune of $108 million while the PBA bought this beautiful brand new building. That's something that you won't read about. That's something that those legislators are embarrassed about. Who would ever do that? I don't begrudge the cops a fair salary increase, but it's getting to the point where even their own members are calling me up and telling me, hey, listen, we're not going to support these Democratic candidates. It's very, very, very trying. I'm going to switch gears slightly and talk about police cars. Nothing to do with the police, nothing to do with the police union. But when I first got elected, I found out that they were bonding police cars, taking loans on police cars for 15 years. Now, police cars are driven 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're basically never shut off. They last 2 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We were paying for cars 13 years after they were junked. How could that possibly be? But it did happen. Now we've changed the policy slightly, and we are now bonding them for 3 or 4 or 5 years. And we have to keep an eye on that because at some point, you'll never know what they refinance and they come back again. I want you to understand. I need your help. I need you when you get those negative campaign ads, not against me because they're not doing them against me, but against the Dom Spaddas in Huntington and against the Hector Gavilas in Melville and against Gary Polakowski in Miller Place. Those guys need your help. So I'm asking you to share this video with them. I want you to understand that we can't go on like this anymore. One point I didn't bring out yesterday, it's so bad, we borrowed $385 million from the New York State Pension Fund. So all these things I'm talking about, we're borrowing money to pay salaries. That is a no-no. That is an absolute no-no. All these fees behind me, all these tax increases aren't enough to keep up. The poor AME members, which is the AME is the every other worker in the county, they got in the same time period that the PBA got 28%, they got 9% in 8 years, okay? And their average salary is somewhere around $46,000 a year. So don't lump everyone in, and I think that everyone deserves a cost of living increase, but they shouldn't be able to bankrupt the county. Look, I'm doing this, I'm going to do this again Sunday night, I'm going to talk about red light cameras. I'm doing this to motivate people. After I saw the response yesterday, I couldn't have been happier. I want you to share this with the people out east in Melville and Huntington and get the word out. Again, I need your help. You're only helping yourself because we need you. And we need to save this county because our kids need to live here. So I want to thank you again. Please share this, get the word out, and make this happen because I want these bills passed. We have a cremation fee. We are the only county in the state of New York that you have to pay to have someone cremated, just to clear it. So the government has your hands in your pocket even after you're dead. And we want to end that. So we'll see you Sunday night with an in-depth look on red light cameras because your eyes are going to be open to see what a sham this is. Look, everyone is for if someone runs a red light and it's dangerous, they should get a ticket. But you're going to see something that's going to be very eye-opening. Again, thank you very much and good night.